And I'm going to go drop the announcement in all the usual places. All right.
Yeah. One day I'll have to poke the Frog Pants types about getting us access, or at least getting their robot to announce when we go live.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when we're... Oh, good. All right. Are we ready, guys?
Almost. Mew needs to do something about his typing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Take your time.
No, I just... it's picking it up on some mic or something. I thought putting your...
Yeah, it's just I have mechanical keyboard, so that's why I don't type when I'm doing it.
Gotcha. All right, let me hit Frog Pants.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Max.
Oh, yeah, let me get Discord up.
I am wearing a Star Wars shirt, but you can't see it because my camera's too low. Or I'm too short.
I'm pretty sure. I think this is a Destiny shirt, I'm pretty sure.
But also, I have been actually wearing Star Wars shirts every day for the last week. I'm getting ready for if I can get away with 3 weeks of Star Wars shirts before the next movie comes out, like in a row consecutively, besides what I wear to work. Which I'm pretty sure I can do.
Yeah.
Stream is A-OK. Awesome. As soon as we get the A-OK from you, we're going to go live.
That's good enough.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
No, God, no. I will cut you. All right. Going live in 5, 4, 3. Resisting sexual harassment jokes. 2, because it's not a joke. And 1. Welcome. Oh, sorry. Wow. I'm doing that again.
Start it over.
Again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
We have new suckers. I mean, officers. We have new officers.
Officers, yeah.
BlizzCon Guild Hall is a go.
The virtual Guild Hall needs carrots? That's right, carrots?
Carrots.
We're going with it.
We're going with carrots. We have Captain Sybil's STO updates.
And we are talking to ourselves about BlizzCon predictions and more.
All that and the aforementioned more coming up now. Welcome to episode 287 of the podcast celebrating you, the Alia Octa S gaming community. The Die Has Been podcast. I actually got out of the guild kitchen. This is Makala. To my left, actually no, he's to my right and downstairs is Tetsemi.
I have a lot of alts.
You do. And to my virtual right is Mewcow.
Greetings, candy gathering gamers.
And this week we're joined by our very special guests. Well, guys, it's us. We're here to talk about the comings and goings of AIE, and we're going to throw in a few BlizzCon predictions. So we're going to be digging into all of that in a few minutes, but first, let's go ahead and cover this week's news.
AIE News. All right, we want to welcome our newest AIE officers, Cyril and Dankinia, and Kinney is, of course, of New Braid fame, who have graciously accepted their roles in the AIE officer corps.
Yeah.
I think there's a mess in the guild kitchen they can clean up, right?
Oh, yeah, well, if Kinney enters the guild kitchen, immediately becomes a mess.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of guild things, the AIE BlizzCon Hall news and GoFundMe are up. We are having both. We are going to have the Guild Hall at BlizzCon once again, and Mewcow hopes to see everyone there.
Indeed.
McCullough and I will be virtually waving at you from Phoenix while we watch the virtual ticket. The Guild Hall will be open both days of BlizzCon and is a good place to meet up with fellow guildies, relax, and take a break from all the hectic BlizzCon activities. If you'd like to help out with the expenses this year, please see the GoFundMe page we have for that purpose. BlizzCon events are already underway to determine who will be crowned champion of several esports at BlizzCon. Check out the BlizzCon schedule linked in the show notes to see what's available to watch right now. Well, after the podcast. Don't watch right now. Stay here. No, come back. Stay here.
Come back.
All right.
Alrighty, and Imperium Luddite News. Are you playing Destiny 2 and want to join AIE? Check out the thread Duris has in the forums about what's going on. Link in the show notes. Currently, we have filled up one clan. They only hold 100. I guess they've never heard of us.
Right?
Seriously?
Yep.
AIE problems.
Yep. So we've had to create a second clan to keep all the extra stragglers in there. And we've moved a lot of the extra officers around there because, curiously, each one of your characters and each one of the console types is considered a whole new character. So that's fun. So if you haven't made it into the main guild, we have a second one ready for you, or clan, as they call it in Destiny speak. So, get in touch with us on Discord or search for us on there's a little clan search. I can put the link in the show notes. So
I think it's actually, I think he has it linked in, if you go to the forum thread, he's got the link there.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find. There's the Leia Iacta Est, and then there's also there's two. I think it Factum? Yeah. I think it's Factum. I think so. Yeah. So, look for us there. Otherwise, in general, Destiny 2 news, the PC release is out, and that's why we very quickly hit 100. We definitely hit it in full force for the PC release. Gee, I wonder if it has anything to do with it being on the Blizzard launcher. That could be.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yep. Clans are meta. In other words, all platforms. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So it's
on all platforms. That's a handy feature.
It is.
The clans are, but not the play. Yeah.
Oh,
the clans are. The clans are, but you can't cross-platform play like you can. 14. Yeah.
Yep, nope. Xbox can't play with PC and vice versa. Your characters do not transfer over. Your stuff does not transfer over.
So segregation. That's no fair.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a sense of camaraderie, but you're staring at each other over a fence and saying hi.
But I mean, honestly, a lot of places don't have the same complex gaming community that we do. For most people, it's not an issue.
Yeah. No,
we're just hashtag AIE problems.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Very much so. Also, as you know, it's all new and shiny on the PC. The roster is currently broken on the PC, so it's going to be a little hard to see people. There's a roundabout ways to kind of see if you dig around in the interface, but it's not the easiest thing to see. But
okay.
The console release had the same problem as well, so it's one of those things where they just have to work on it. It could have been that, for all we know, they turned it off on purpose because they didn't want to overload the servers. So we'll see. The PC clan members are reaping the rewards of the console players' efforts, however. Since it's all one big clan, whenever anyone in the clan, regardless of console, earns one of the there's 4 ways to get what they call the Ingrams every week, and regardless of who gets it in any of the clans, it'll count for everyone. So those on the PS4 and Xbox can basically get the same stuff that the PC people get. So as the PC players get up to speed and get to end game and start grinding up a little higher, then they're going to start contributing in their own way. We are at max clan level and receiving all the perks that come for this current season. There are no announcements, however, when the seasons will cycle and what that all means. So we'll see in the future. Let's see here. We've got a new social tab in the Blizzard app, if you noticed, if you updated to the latest. And we have a couple of AIE groups in there, one being the AIE Destiny 2 group. The invite link is pinned in the AIE Discord Nomads channel. There's also a general AIE clan in there as well. Or not clan, just social group. So you look for that. Let's see here. We've got pro tip: only use powerful Ingrams once your current power level seems to stall. They will redeem a much higher power level piece of gear to help push you over the stalled gear level hump. Essentially, it's around, as they call it, power level 250 is when stuff out in the world doesn't quite automatically level up as you get higher. So definitely save that stuff for when you get about then. And the raid will release November 1st while we're all busy running around. Well, many of us will be busy running around BlizzCon anyway.
Or at least getting ready for.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yep. That is the day that I'll be stepping foot.
I'm sorry, continue.
Oh, that's the day I'll be stepping foot in the Anaheim area, so I'll definitely be busy.
Neat. You guys will have a wonderful time. Can't wait to hear the live reports.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and in WoW news, patch 7.3.2 dropped since our last show. It has a lot of tweaks to several character classes. Notes can be found in our show notes, of course, and the worldofwarcraft.com site. But one of Tet's favorite updates is that they added a primal Sagorite vendor to the Vindicar, so you can trade primal Sagorite for Argus materials. This is much better, according to our dear Tets, than trying to prospect ore for the right color. Instead, you can just buy 10 primal Sagorite. So, obviously, it's working out well for you.
Yeah, for the gems, that way if you need a green gem, you don't have to, try and prospect, like 6 stacks of 200 ore to try and get one green gem. So yeah, you could just go right to the vendor and buy it.
Awesome. There's also a bunch of changes that didn't make it to the patch notes, and Wowhead has them all. One of his favorites is that they fixed it so you can turn in Argus quests no matter where the Vindicar is located. Personally, he got used to moving the ships to all 3 locations just to make sure it wasn't missing any quests and doing the turn-ins. Also, obviously, with the Halloween activities going on, keep an eye out in chat, in Discord, for people looking for groups, as it's much easier just to do with your guildies.
Yep.
Also, with BlizzCon coming up in 5 days, be sure to tune in and find out what's in store for WoW and other Blizzard games and where we're going after Argus.
Yep. Cannot wait. Is it Friday yet? How about now?
No, it's not Friday, darling.
In SWTOR news. Oh, that's right. We got to get to Tuesday first. There's
a holiday first.
I know. There's a mega server unification coming up on November 8th with patch notes available on the Star Wars website. This will reduce the total number of servers in SWTOR to 5, 2 in Europe, 2 in the US, 3 in Europe. Right now, there's currently a bit of unhappiness with the announced move of both U.S. servers into the Virginia data center, especially from those players that play in the Asia-Pacific region who are experiencing higher latency and lower game responsiveness. There is a thread in the community forums on the SWTOR site if you want to watch that and see what other information is coming. Yeah, it was originally they were going to put one U.S. server in the West Coast data center and one in the East Coast data center, and they ended up putting them both in the Virginia data center. And I know my latency and my ping went up by about 15 to 20 milliseconds, which isn't bad. I'm averaging 86 to 90 milliseconds, but I was used to like the 60 millisecond responsiveness when it was in the West Coast data center, so we'll see. Also, speaking of mandatory fun night, which I did get to participate in and talk about later, it will be on the pub side this Tuesday, which will mean Imperials in Republic costumes, according to Apple. And are you running out of character slots and don't want to purchase any more than you already have? Serious case of altitis? Well, in the upcoming patch, everyone gets 12 new character slots, and the maximum number of character slots total will be going up from 52 to 100. Yes.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Well, when they're doing the server consolidation, if you had the maximum number of characters on one server and then another set of characters on another server, when they merged those servers, that would have put you over the 52. And so it was kind of like, well, then you can't create any new characters. You can play all of them, but you can't do any until you get down to 51. So they said, we'll just bump the limit up. So yeah, now you can have a total of 100 characters in the US and 100 characters in Europe. And in Star Wars Escape Podcast, Episode 215, A Ride on the Black Talon. Max and Seema take a ride on the Black Talon to get from the starting area to the next planet. It's a neat trick that I did not know about until they mentioned it, but it's a good not operation not flashpoint. Yeah, flashpoint to run to get from your starting area, because they're playing Sith sorcerers, and so they had to get from the starting area over to the next area. So, and as Max says in the chat room, first flashpoint in the story. Thanks, Max.
Got it. Thank you, Max.
And they were headed to Drummond Cos, which they covered in episode 216, live from Drummond Cos. They discussed missions on Drummond Cos and continuing the character playthrough, which is really enjoyable and fun. So, and Max says all the early flashpoints in SWTOR fall within the storyline to some degree. Yeah, so it's kind of neat to be able to do them as they come up in the storyline. Cool.
Alrighty. I'll have to jump in there a little bit later to make sure I can reserve my names.
Mm-hmm.
And in Final Fantasy XIV news, there was a big turnout this past Friday for a Final Fantasy Fun Night. Seems like there needs to be more F's than that.
Fabulous.
Yes, yes. Fun was also
fabulous turnout this Friday.
This Freaky Friday?
Oh, yes.
Maybe. Freaky Friday for Final Fantasy Fun Night, yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely recommend that if you have an account or are thinking of joining, you definitely jump in for the Fridays, because that's when you're going to see the biggest groups. Also, the seasonal event, All Saints Week, is active right now, but will be ending on the 1st of November. So go ahead and get in there and get your werewolf outfit. And it's a fun little storyline too. It's actually incorporating one of the new races in Stormblood. So definitely recommended. And for all those that are into the cat girls and boys that are always sad that they don't get to quite participate in the funny costumes, well, they actually have something special for cat girls and boys with the werewolf outfit. So definitely want to jump in there and check it out. Also, we might have forgotten about it, but the Yokai Watch event also comes to a close on the 1st. So if you haven't finished grinding out your pets and your weapons, go ahead and do that now before it goes away. Also, patch 4.11 is active now and brings with it the first high-end ultimate duty, the Unending Coil of Bahamut. So if you want to go into that older content but have it be, more with the current level of things, jump in. You're going to see some crazy stuff going on.
All right. And we have Captain Sybil's STO update for the week ending in 10/29/2017. The Earth celebration known as Halloween is spreading to the galaxy's greatest vacation destiny, Ryza, and you can show off your costume to win a piece of Star Trek Online history. This Tuesday, October 31st, Ambassador Kale will bring a special Twitch live stream to Ryza at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Show up to enter into a costume contest to win an original box copy of Star Trek Online, autographed by the entire development team. The contest will be judged by STO's lead character artist, Ian Castandetta. So make sure you look your best. Times, places, and rules are on, of course, the STO update or STO website. Wow.
English is hard.
English is hard. I told you I was tired. The new Janur Colony Fleet Starbase next upgrade project has been unlocked. Colony Beautification Glass Floor. This is a even more feng shui option or feng shui project to add a glass floor and what appears to be an aquarium below it for the Fleet Starbase. See the website for details. The Melting Pot mission, released on October 3rd, will be unlocking Week 4 replay rewards. This will add the inundated shielding and counterbalance munition sets with the usual enhancement tech upgrade tokens or specializations points. The C-Store sale ends on Monday, October 30th, so tomorrow. It's underway now. It includes a 20% service discount, a 15% lockbox key discount and a 20 key bundle pack, which includes an ultimate tech upgrade token in every box. Act now for these bonus discounts. And every October 31st and Friday the 13th, Hearts and Minds, a fun one-act horror story mission, is released for a limited time. Watch for it on Halloween, October 31st, and subsequent Friday the 13th. And don't forget, all Fleet Star bases are always seeking. Trying that again. And don't forget, all the Fleet Star bases are always seeking contributions of material and personnel. Check out the STO website, Star Trek Online, for news, backstories, patch notes, forums, and all the other hauntingly good goodness. Until then, Captain Sybil says, live long and prosper.
All right. And in Guild Wars 2 news, the Guild Hall needs carrots. Yes, you heard correctly, carrots.
Carrots?
The Guild Hall carrots. The Guild Hall build-out needs lots of resources, including 1,000 carrots for the harvesting bonus. Please contribute what you can. The Guild Treasurer NPC is near the central waypoint and shows what we need and takes the donations. Thanks to all that have contributed so far. And with that, now that we've made it through the news, mostly, let's talk about what we've been doing in and out of game and maybe a quick BlizzCon prediction or two. So, McCullough, what have you been up to?
First of all, I'd like to apologize for the mess in the Guild kitchen. In the last week, I've made cinnamon rolls, beer, pumpkin apple cider bread,
right,
apple crisp, apple pie bars, pretzel rolls.
Twice.
Anything else I've baked?
The cheese dip for the pretzel rolls twice.
Oh yeah, but that's cooking. That's not baking.
What's peeling the sticker off my fruit?
That's preparation.
Still a mess in the kitchen.
There's still a mess in the kitchen, and Tetsumi had to clean it, and I really would apologize, but I just cooked too damn well.
You cook plenty.
I've been cooking, so I'm doing lots of cooking. Getting ready for Phoenix Fan Fest in 2 weeks, which, by the way, we will not have a show in 2 weeks because of that, because I will be brain dead. My primary gaming has been, of course, the character sheet and dice variety, which, tends to be, me cussing a lot with accents. Let's be honest.
It's
me cussing a lot with accents. Our Friday night D&D game, after our characters got flung 1,200 years into the future, into a timeline where it's all gone to hell, quite literally, in a handbasket. And our characters may have done some things that we don't know about. Some good, some bad. And we've been told that we're going to be gods. So to take a little break from all of that, we had a fun Halloween event in-game. And by fun, I mean an in-game version of Dead by Daylight, where we fought Jason Voorhees and Mike Myers last game, and Freddy this week for the big finale. Yeah, our cleric was hanging on a hook. I was down to a quarter of my hit points. Actually got stuck in a dream and had to ask the ranger to slap me awake. Yep. And then I became, on duty to get people out of their dreams, and I found really interesting ways to do it. I didn't slap anybody though. It was rough. Good. Yeah, no, I kissed one party member. I kissed the party leader because that would shock him.
Right.
And you don't know what I did to the ranger in repayment for the slap, because it was really hard. So we had a little bit of fun in all the chaos we've been dealing with, and then we'll get back to the regular everything's on fire and it hurts storyline. Wednesday night D&D, which is with some fabulous AIE people. We're playing Storm King's Thunder. We spent some time in the remains of a giant feasting hall, investigating a magical statue of unknown origin, which I still can't figure out what's magical about it. And we fought giant spiders that decided that SJ and Andata were best encased in spider webs. That's not how you treat our guildies.
No.
I will burn you down. Monday night, we're running a game with a friend of ours who is a first-time D&D player and first-time DM.
And
She
she's
just
doing
went.
awesome.
She's doing really great. She just went full, both feet in, and she has the cutest DMF. We call it DM's familiar. As our daughter is actually helping her run stuff and rolling dice and helping her with stuff. So it's pretty awesome. So we investigated the city of Philandever. No.
Yeah.
Right? Ryan's the one that has to say it in game.
Philandrel.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, the Lost Mines. The place where the Lost Mines is. The city around it. We met a very depressed cleric of Tamora. A retired adventurer that literally took an arrow to the knee.
Mm.
Yeah. I started finding out just how messed up the Red Brand are. So
Yep.
that was a really, really good time. And already Ted is starting on me when it comes to his cleric. And I don't know, you haven't gone on my
What you're
Destiny
talking
yet,
about.
have you?
No.
No. Is that next week? Is that this week?
It's on the list.
It's on the list. Yeah. It's because you're playing the same dang cleric. Well, different version of the same cleric.
Yeah, you know.
I know. Yeah, you have a type.
I have a
let's-
type, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been
You're
a
the
lot of
ones that
fun.
you guys keep making me heal, so you know you're gonna get the type.
I healed last time.
I know.
Sometimes the big old mace in my hand. So it's been fun. This is actually our Monday night group. Is my group from work that originally started out as a work group. 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
When some friends saw a giant foam D&D dice on my desk, and then we decided to start playing D&D at our house. It includes the aforementioned poor Kinney, who's now an officer. In fact, Ted asked her, she got there for a game. Hey, Kinney, do you have a minute? Do you want to be an officer?
Exactly.
One of those.
You've been nominated.
You've been voluntold.
You've been voluntold. We'd like you to be an officer. So it's with some really great people. Who also, some of which are also in AIE. So that's what I've been doing geek gamey wise. What about you, Ted?
All the things. No.
All the things, except for no rating.
Well, that's yeah. Well, let's start out with SOTOR because I did mention that earlier. I actually got to finally attend a mandatory fun night. Unfortunately, Max was on the road, so I missed the storytelling portion of the raid the operation that we were in. So I got bits and pieces of it. Apparently, it has something to do with the Dreadlords, and they're trying to unleash this huge monstrosity, and we have to stop it in the operation. So it was fun to run with the guild and actually see an operation and get to do it. So that was fun. And I of course brought my lightning sorcerer because we did it on the Imperial side, so
And
I
lightning
didn't have to
sorcerer.
tank. Yeah, I didn't have to tank anything. I could just, shoot lightning out and have fun, and that was good. So, I just made sure I stood next to Seema, so I got heals and stuff coming in, near her. So that was all good. And I got my sorcerer up to command XP 104, which is the max is 300. So
Congrats.
slowly climbing up there. Just playing a little bit here and there. But in WoW news, I broke out the leveling and got my priest as shadow up to 110. It's both not as bad and completely as bad as you think trying to level the shadow priest DPS wise, but complete lack of AoE. Well, not lack of AoE, but very little AoE. So just had to make sure I had a bodyguard and go out and just burn the things down before they killed me. So
Burn it. Got it. Kill it with fire. That's actually
Exactly.
pretty much our shadow fire.
Shadow, yeah.
Shadow
Exactly.
fire. Yeah. I approve.
I got her through the Class Order Hall campaign, got her the mount. So she has this beautiful shadow owl that's gorgeous. And she's now on Argus working on the get 6 followers to 900 eye level. Also, I had my druid sitting on Argus, hadn't started the campaign, and getting my druid through the campaign. They're just on the first area right now. So that leaves me with my monk and the demon hunter left to level, which I'll probably do on this nice raid break we're taking, because one, raid burnout is a thing, and we're taking 2-week hiatus from raiding due to real life and BlizzCon scheduling. So
we got half the team's going to BlizzCon.
Yep.
Exactly.
And the other half of the team is whining about not being a BlizzCon.
Right.
Yeah.
So Mew, I don't remember Nighthold, Valor, or even Emerald Nightmare. I don't remember getting burned out at the end like I am on this. Do you think it's just because there's so much more you have to pay attention to that you can't just relax and farm it?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot higher personal responsibility in this raid. It's the first two kind of like were starter, like the training wheels for the expansion. And this is one where they're really kind of forcing you to, like, if even one person, especially once you're in Heroic, if even one person screws up, then the whole thing just goes downhill. I'm feeling it even more in my Heroic team, to the point now where it's, we're still 7 of 9, and it is rough. Like, one person dies and the thing
you're done. You don't have enough DPS to finish it, or heals.
Yep. That avatar is a pain on Heroic.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it's you're not imagining it.
Okay. Well, like I said, we got 2-week hiatus starting tonight, so we're just kind of relaxing. I'm gonna finish getting the druid through the Argus campaign, and then figure out whether I want to level the monk or the demon hunter. I may do the demon hunter first and then the monk, because I've got to go back over to the alliance side and eventually level. I want to see the alliance campaign, so I want to get my warrior and DH over there leveled up. So we'll see how that goes. Oh yes, and in doing all this leveling and stuff, I found out I have a serious unsullied token issue. This is worse than the Timeless Isle token issue, and we know how bad that was.
Is, yeah.
I put a screenshot on Twitter earlier, if you go look on my timeline, but I have 104 slots of inventory on my Alliance Warrior, and she has 4 slots free. It's full of plate and mail unsullied tokens. I think it's like 80. I think it's 80 tokens she has over there, just from leveling all my alts and sending the stuff over, because I've got all my Horde tunes leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only 3 plate classes, so I don't need plate, and there's only 2 male classes, the shaman and the hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5 out of the 12 possible classes. So that's all sitting on my alt now. The leatherware, at least, you've got druid, monk, demon hunter, rogue. You've got 4 leatherworking classes, so I still don't have all the tokens for the leatherwares, because I still have the monk and the DH to do here, and my demon hunter over there, so I'm sending those over. And I just got the priest up, so now cloth tokens can start getting shipped over. But yeah, it's crazy how fast the tokens built up. One thing, since I have been doing leveling, and Neil, I don't know if you did this on an alt-itis, because I found out the other day, I stumbled across this. You may have, but the vendor that's on the Broken Shore, the one that's left, not the one that moved to the Vindicar, sells a follower armor token that will get your follower to 880 regardless of what level they're at, and they start at 760. 760. Yep. So take them right to 880, and then you only need like 4 tokens maximum from the missions if you're unlucky, or 1 if you manage to make it get them to 900 and start getting those tokens in your feed. So and they also sell gear crates for 250 shards. So if you have extra shards, you've already got the pet out of the treasure chest, and you've bought all the other stuff with shards. Hey, beats spending order resources on them, especially on alts you don't play a lot. So
yeah, that's definitely been very useful when getting all the new alts through. It's been speeding things quite a bit. So
And they're all BOA, so you can buy them on one tune, send it to another, even cross faction. You're all good.
Yep. If you've got, one or two main alts that are just have, super powerful followers, they're going to churn out like that one mission that gives the 7,500 shards.
Right. Yep.
That's a weekly thing. So you're going to be pumping out not only that, but the AP with those characters. So, it's going to snowball pretty quickly.
Yeah. One other tip, I didn't put it in the notes, but I will. I got used to the fact that I thought most missions were like between 100 and 300 order resources. You really have to watch it because like there's a new mission now for 4 Blood of Sargeras. It's 1,000 order resources.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the gold missions are 800 to 600 to 800. So especially on your alts, if you don't play a lot and don't have a lot of resources on them, watch how much the stuff costs, because you will burn through resources like crazy. So I'm hoping the 20 world quest gets you 5k resources is coming up. I think that's either this week or next week, so because I'm starting to run low on resources.
Yeah, no, I've started having to on my alts like just go on a resource run where you just hit all the world quests that just give resources and just go down the line to do that because they're eating through it so quickly.
Yeah, thankfully on Tet, because I have a gathering profession on all my tunes, so they occasionally will get Blood of Sargeras from that. And then on Tet, I have like 160,000 order resources saved up, so I'll just burn through missions and get the Blood of Sargeras, turn them into the BOA. Here's 200 order resources and send them around. So, all right, but that's what I have been up to. Besides raiding, like I said, we do have Kill Jaden, the whole thing on farm. We're ready for the next challenge. Hopefully, they've got the personal responsibility balanced a little bit more for this one. But I guess we'll find out what's coming up in BlizzCon. So, what have you been up to, Mew?
Well, other than hoping that we don't have more soaking and lines to worry about in the new raid.
Right.
Yeah.
Tomb of Sargeras.
Tomb of Sargeras, yeah.
Yeah. I'll since we're still talking about WoW still, I'll go to my WoW section. And like every year, since I've got 24 viable alts, I run the Headless Horseman runs and, of course, never get them out. So that tradition, of course, has continued this year as well. I'm fairly certain it doesn't exist. There's a lot of people that like to, be mean and claim that they've gotten it, but it looks like the Warlock mount to me, and just they're clearly Warlocks with the Warlock mount. So,
oh god,
right,
so,
that's a jerk move.
Yeah, totally. So that's just yearly tradition to do that. But at some point, I'm going to have to pick an alt or two and just gather up all the treats, because there are some new goodies to grab this year from the vendor. So at some point I'll have to sit down and do that. But otherwise, I was going to recommend to you, as far as between the monk and the demon hunter, I've really started enjoying the monk alt I've started up from 100, because Pandaria is one of my favorite expansions. So doing the monk stuff, basically it feels like Legion Pandaria edition, and it's a nice feeling. So no, that's probably where I'm going to try to focus, because I just got a Warlock to 110. I have a bit more story to do, of course, because you speed to the levels now, especially since with a full set of leveling gear. So I got a bit of catch up to do. Mostly it's running through dungeons. Because they have all those nice little road bumps, and my Death Knight as well is still leveling up, and there's just an interesting story there. It's got some good lore going on. So now I'll try to finish with the Warlock, and then I can focus on the monk and the DK. It's having the problem with Altitis is bouncing through everything, because I also started my Shaman as well. So
right.
So it's just lots of interesting little stories, and we're at the point now, and at least until the raid comes, that it's time to do all the catch up on all your alts and get all the stories done, and run through all the catch up mechanics that are there. So
yeah. Oh, by the way, you triggered something. Speaking of mounts,
triggered.
I did actually get the Court of Ferondus mount out of the emissary cache today.
Oh, the fox?
No, the hippogriff. the one that you get.
Right.
So this is the one that comes out of the emissary cache once you've hit, exalted with them, and then you get the every time you hit 10,000 rep with them, you get
the
extra chest from them. The hippogriff mount came out today.
Nice. I keep forgetting that I should be grinding that as well, but I tend to focus all that kind of stuff still on the other factions. I always forget about Frondus.
Yeah, I'm not grinding. I just, if it happens to be the emissary for that day, I'll go do it, and then that with the like if I could do the mission tokens and you get like here's the mission, and you get Court of Frondus rep, I'll send it to whatever other alt has that profession and needs it, because I've got everything maxed on Tet. So
makes sense. But that's pretty much been my WoW, because I haven't had as much time to play WoW because of the Destiny 2 stuff happening.
Yes.
Let's
hear about that.
So yeah, that's pretty much all of the rest of my free time has been Destiny 2ing. I already played through the campaign on the console, so this time around it was faster, smoother. I knew what I was doing. I knew all the little pitfalls and jump here, don't jump there, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot faster, a lot smoother. This time around, I decided to go with the Hunter class. I did Titan on the console. It's even though you're playing with all the same guns, there is enough of a difference in the classes that it does feel like a different play. With a Titan is definitely the tank. They're, depending, of course, on the subclass you pick, they're meant to go in there and basically mix it up with what's going on. As all the other classes like to make fun of, they're busy punching things over and over, and they have a reason for it. So, but it is neat, however, that you get the Captain America shield this time around. So it's kind of cool.
It is very cool.
Yeah. But the Hunter, totally different play style. Even though one of the subclasses kind of lets you mix it up in the fray, you really are, as a Hunter, kind of supposed to go back a little bit and pick things off from a distance. Their armor is going to help with that kind of thing. It's enhancing stuff with the guns as opposed to stuff with your fists. So it's been fun. I've definitely enjoyed it. I have gone all the way through to the end game content. I'm now in the power grind, so that I can start doing the raids that'll be coming out in the first. So that's been my focus. Is all that fun stuff, and I think that's essentially it. It's tons of D2. So nice. Those that have been paying attention, that's probably where you're going to see me lately.
Right.
However, not yesterday, because yesterday we made the trek out to the Texas Renaissance Festival.
I've never been to the one in Texas, but I know that is one of the renowned ones.
Yes. Well, it's
one of the oldest.
It's one of the oldest, and it's like 30 acres of Renaissance.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's you go to this place and you kind of get spoiled for other ones, because it's a permanent structure. It's always there, and it feels like it, so it kind of lends to the whole vibe.
Right.
So it's the ivy growing on stuff is real.
It's real, right?
Yeah. It's which as I was talking to one of the people running a ride, it's like only an idiot would put up fake ivy, because you can grow ivy on anything. So
true.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But so yeah, that was about a 2.5 hour trek out to the fairgrounds north of Houston, because we're in Austin. But not too bad. We had some friends with us, so we had people to talk to as we were out there. And we decided this year to bring a wagon for the toddler, because last year we did the stroller, and he was essentially just kind of strapped to it for the whole thing. That's not fun for him. He definitely was able to see a lot more from the wagon. He seemed to be amused and pleased with himself as we ran around with it.
Plus more room to put stuff in.
Oh yeah. That's the thing, is we could put bags and stuff in there. And it helped out a lot for that. So we also had a bit of fun with trying out various ways of tethering toddlers. Any way you do it, it's going to be awkward. I'll tell you that much.
I, but as a non-childhood person, thought the idea of the toddler leash was the worst thing imaginable.
Hmm.
And then we had a kid.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wow, that person is a genius and deserves a Nobel Peace Prize because a active toddler in a crowded place is a terrifying thing.
Yes. It doesn't matter what's going on. They're going to bolt for the most dangerous area every single time.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Well, because it's the most interesting.
Yeah, of course. It's where the most noise is happening. And, hey, look, a horsey. It's fun stuff like that. So, also to add to the fun, it's Halloween weekend. So more than just the usual Renaissance Fair garb was going on. You had all kinds of fun costumes going. So, and the best part of that is then to see all of the festival workers react and interact, and so it was quite entertaining because being proper Renaissance Festival workers, they're trying to make sense of it in their world, and it's always kind of fun. For example, there was a T-Rex, and those popular inflated T-Rex. Yeah. So of course, as the T-Rex ran around, you'd hear dragon.
Awesome.
So that's
cool.
Always quite entertaining to watch. I saw 2 different David Bowie Goblin Kings.
Nice. I know Jen mentioned a Jen Ben one that she didn't get a picture of because she was kind of just busy enjoying it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where they were busy. They were going places.
Right. Yeah.
So, but very well done. Very impressive. I saw another one that I don't think it was a Gen Ben, but it was still done really well. There was a bender that everyone was very excited about. Unfortunately, when we saw them, they were leaving the fair, so we couldn't get any good pictures. But very well done. Of course, lots of Harley Quinns are running around. Not
like con.
Yeah, just like a regular con. I was happy to see that most of them were more of the old school.
Cool. The Paul
the Jester.
Yeah,
the Jester
more the
as
Jester.
opposed to the
Yeah, and the Jester fits better.
It definitely does. It definitely does.
Yeah. Also, far too many clowns.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was a few Pennywises and also that one clown. I don't know the name of it. The one from American Horror Story.
Okay.
Was also in attendance.
Oh, okay.
So it was all about the clowns. And as you were saying earlier, was also we saw a Freddy.
Yeah.
Very well done, Freddy. He even kind of looked like the guy. I kind of had to stare at him for a bit just to see if it was the actor or not.
Robert Englund.
Yeah. And he was chanting his stuff, so he knew his Freddy.
Nice.
Cool.
And and of course to top it all off, you see lovely wife made the mistake of going in not full garb.
Yep.
And being a true Renaissance Fair fan, you don't go in not full garb.
One does merely not go to the Renaissance Festival not in garb, because then what happens?
You come home in a whole new garb.
Yep.
The temptation is real when you're not fully done up.
Yeah, well, she sent the picture, and she looked adorable on the way there. But it was garb light.
Yeah, it was comfortable garb.
It was comfortable garb. Like no. There's some of us that we're not made for comfortable garb. That's for going to the mall when you want to look fun.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked great. She looked adorable, and the bodice fit her really well. But what she got was beautiful, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. She got a very well done Batgirl Renaissance dress.
Really, really cute.
Yes.
Yep.
Very well done, all leather. What was that?
Sybil in the chat room wants to know if there were any mithril blades for sale.
Oh, I'm sure there were. This place, like I said, it's a huge Renaissance fair. There have to be I want to say about 10 weapon shops, several jewelry stores. I mean, we're talking the full deal. So it would not surprise me if there were several types of mithril blades there. Yeah, there's also I had to drag Jen away from the Kingdom Hearts Keyblade section.
Yeah. So. I'm glad we weren't there.
Yeah.
Holy crud, the horde would freak out.
Yeah, several of the weapon shops have like the full assortment, including like Oblivion and some of the other big ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll get to see if she got any cards of places because I would like to check those out.
Yep. So yeah, that was our yesterday. I am obviously very tired as a result. It turns out dragging a toddler in a wagon all throughout the 30 acres of land is very tiring.
And driving 2.5 miles each way, or 2.5 hours each way,
Yes.
All right, so, guys, BlizzCon's this week. It's in 5 days. It's in 5 days.
That's surprising.
I know.
Is it here yet?
No, it's not. I need Halloween, dang it. Even if I don't have a black pillbox hat for the costume I thought of this afternoon.
Okay.
Anyways, so let's throw some quick predictions out. We're not as cool as Azeroth Roundtable. We don't do a full prediction show. But I'm going to take the easy ones. I'm going to throw my predictions out there. There'll be a WoW X-Pack announcement. Yes, I know, Ted. I went for the easy one. I apologize.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. That is what I just said. And I married you. Anyway, probably some new Overwatch heroes, I'm thinking, and hopefully some new shorts because those things are absolutely amazing. I would love to hear some hints on a new IP. They always like to tease us with that type of stuff.
Yep. And they are working on it.
Yes. So I would love to hear some hints.
Yeah, I think it's about a year too early for if they're going to do the mobile RPG because they just started shifting people over to that team. So I think that's about a year out, but we'll see.
Yeah, they'll probably pull a Titan where they'll mention it and you'll never see a mention of it ever again throughout the entire show.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what are your predictions, Ted?
I'm hoping this is what I hope and what I think we're going to get. I think they're going to do a variation on the Alder and Scryer faction like they did in Burning Crusade, but this time it's going to be Shadow and Light, so that you will be still Horde and Alliance as your base faction, but then within that faction you'll either be working for the Shadow or the Light. So
that's very SOTOR.
It would be interesting to see if they just do just another faction and you can only work for one or the other. It's also they did that in Lich King expansion in Sholazar Basin with the
Oracles and the Wolvar.
Yeah, the Oracle and the Wolvar. Yeah, so they've done it before. I think it's about time to bring it back and see where it goes. But I'm hoping they do Shadow and Light because it'd be fun. Although, like a Shadow Priest working for the Light side.
Yeah, that was my one. Yeah, and even the Paladins. Like, imagine a Paladin working for Shadow.
Right, it would be interesting. That's I want to see if they do it. I want to see how much they go for it. So that's what I'm thinking. What about you, Mew?
Yeah, I definitely feel that's going to happen. But so as hinted at with the goodie bag, I think that this year's pretty much going to be just Overwatch all over the place. Like we're going to be just overwhelmed with Overwatch, all the things, because they have a major league sports style thing about to happen. They have to hype it up. They have to get us rolling down that way because something has to pay for all this. So
when we were in Vegas, we actually passed the esports arena. That's being built. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, those are going to start. I mean, I've already kind of seen those things popping up. In fact, I want to say like a year and a half ago is where I saw the one. There is one in Anaheim. It's a third party one. But Hex was using that one for their big tournament. So those things are starting to pop up. I think that people are realizing that, this is a venue kind of thing. This is how you get the nerds to escape home and hang out with each other and spend money. That's the key part. That's how you get them to spend that money. So it's going to be about that. It's going to be more ways of hooking people into Overwatch that may not be as into it. Like you said with the shorts, I think that they have to do something. I'm expecting, maybe they'll talk about cartoon stuff. some kind of a more ongoing kind of story, probably a lot of comics, because the motion comics have been going pretty well. So it wouldn't surprise me if they announce some kind of a big comic vendor is going to start doing a more regular Overwatch thing, because there's a lot of story and people are hungry for it.
Yep.
So
yeah, very much so.
Mm-hmm. Of course, there won't be anything Diablo because they've already told us
Yep.
well ahead of time. So that means that there's going to be lots of room for other stuff. It seems like they're not focusing on the WoW X-Pack as hard as they should. Yeah, Diablo.
But what about me? What about me?
Apparently he's on vacation.
Yeah.
He's on a walkabout. I'm expecting the WoW X-Pack to be probably seas based. It's been a while since we've touched the seas back in Cataclysm. And we've kind of gotten glimpses of it in Legion. They're showing us that, hey, it's not all that bad. We can still kind of deal with this. It's not too horrible. You'll get over it. So I think the seas will come back. I think Hearthstone is going to have stuff, but they're now on a regular schedule. So it's just going to be coincidental because of BlizzCon that, they're just saving all the Hearthstone news for BlizzCon. So there'll be plenty there. Otherwise, StarCraft 2 is really starting to wane. If they don't have something interesting to show us at BlizzCon, I think that's just going to start going the way of the dodo. I mean, it's now that they've redone StarCraft 1 and people are still in love with StarCraft 1. I'll be curious to see what they do as far as that goes at BlizzCon. So, but
Cool.
I also predict that we're going to have fun at the Guildhall.
Always.
Yeah, it's all the lead up is. In fact, I need to go buy my medieval knights. Wow, it's gone. The medieval times. There we go.
Medieval times.
Medieval times ticket. Yeah. On Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes, on Wednesday is when everyone's planning on going there. I'm planning on going and dragging the toddler with me, so that should be fun. And of course, World of Podcasts and whatnot on Thursday. CTR Party Friday. And Guildhall fun on Saturday. Saturday is going to be the day that a lot of podcasts will be doing their recordings in the Guildhall.
Cool.
So if there's a day for you to show up, it's definitely Saturday.
Neat.
We're definitely going to focus hard on that. So yeah.
And are you doing DizCon on Sunday?
Yes, we are.
Cool.
Yep. The toddler is really big into Mickey Mouse right now.
Oh, great.
Every time he sees it, I mean, it doesn't matter what version of Mickey Mouse it is, you'll hear a little Mickey Mouse. So, he's huge into it. Even the old school he recognizes, which is kind of cool that, he's processing all that now. So yeah, we're going to go to Disneyland, watch it blow his mind. And
because it's been a while since he's been there, and when he was little when he'd go. So.
Well, yeah, he was little, and we had a pass, and we went there practically every month. So it was just some place we wandered around. It wasn't anything big.
Random people in town. Hey, let's meet at Disneyland. I know you gave us the inside food tour of Disney that one night.
Yes. All the fun places that are easy to overlook, but they're there and they're good.
Oh yeah, that lobster roll was divine. It is also Dapper Day.
Yes.
So that's fun.
Which is kind of funny because we already essentially have Disney themed Dapper Day outfits because of what happened at Nerdtacular.
At Nerdtacular. Perfect.
So we are good to go.
Awesome. All right. So if you have anything else, that's our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, we'd like to thank us for joining us tonight. And again, a big, big thank you to Mewcow for all of his BlizzCon Guildhall efforts.
Yeah, there'll be more coming.
Are trying to help keep those ducks in a row, which is really difficult because we actually have squirrels and they're confused and everywhere. So thank you so much for all your hard work there.
Yep. I'm happy to do it, and I think I'm going to be pulling the reins a little tighter for next time around. Cool.
Yeah, that we can start, pimping it out and doing whatever we need to do, get that GoFundMe up and a little earlier and start the fundraising.
Definitely.
Exactly. And just a reminder, we do want to remind everyone there is a link in the show notes for the GoFundMe page and the article up on the Guildhall. So please make sure you go read those and help out as you can. And thank you, Sybil. She said she did her GoFundMe Guildhall duty. Yay!
Dear. Yeah, it's and of course, the website. That we'll mention that in just a moment.
And Mew Doris does ask, is there going to be a webcam in the Guildhall so we can see the shenanigans?
Right now, it's still up into the air as whether we'll have full internet for the entire Guildhall. I'm just going to go ahead and get it taken care of for Saturday myself. Friday is still unknown. There's been several people saying they have the little wireless access points. They charge a large amount of money for internet at the hotel because they know that you're a trapped audience. So so it's not fun, and I definitely want to get everyone to please go to the GoFundMe. Belfaz helps us out every year.
Yes, he does.
It's not the easiest thing for him, but he wants to help us out this way. So please help him out back. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll be looking for that.
All right. And if you have questions or comments about the show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mew is at the Mew Cow. Makala is at Cyberwave. And I am at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join our chat room and play along with us on our website. Link in the show notes. Our Discord server for chat is bit.ly/AIE Podcast Discord. And our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys of Soul or visit his website, keysofsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all the great AIE member segments we received this week, including Overly Dramatic News by Hunts the Wind and Altitis by some guy named Yuko.
Oh, hey, I hear he's really amazing. Great guy. Really great hair. Anyway, we're going to take a few weeks off due to real life schedules. Tentatively the Sunday after Thanksgiving, but we're going to let you guys know when to expect us back. So until then, AIE, this is Makala.
This is Tetsemi.
And this is Muko.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Yay. And the chat room's already started on show titles.
Yes.
They know us.
Far too many clowns. That's funny.
I like that. WoW War Stories until BlizzCon mercifully happens. I like that one, Sybil.
Yeah, they're all really good. So for those following on the stream, which aren't in chat, maybe, I don't know. AIE Guildhall GoFundMe need you. The Headless Horseman rides again. WoW War Stories until BlizzCon mercifully happens. Join us at the BlizzCon Guildhall and Far Too Many Clowns and BlizzCon predictions. A Guildhall.
It's definitely the one thing we're sure of at this point.
Yes.
Not always sure of, but we definitely are sure of it now.
Yay.
Yeah. All right. Oh.
Kind of digging on, I guess we decided the BlizzCon predictions at Guildhall. I do also like WoW War Stories until BlizzCon mercifully happens. Far Too Many Clowns is pretty damn cute.
Yeah.
Those are my three. What I like.
Yeah, I also like the same three you mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we roll a die?
I like the WoW War Stories. I like the WoW War Stories until BlizzCon mercifully happens.
That's cute because that kind of covers the wrap up that we did of what you guys been doing in game, and then the fact that BlizzCon's coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Want to do that one?
Sure,
right.
Why not?
I like it. They're all awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All awesome suggestions.
Great job, team.
But there are
we did it, guys.
Yeah. All right, chat room. Thank you as always, and just keep an eye on the chat room here and on the Twitter feed, and I will let you know when the next show is.
Yep. So we're looking at the Sunday after Thanksgiving, possibly. And then we'll figure it out from there. It's going to depend on
up in the air
family
for us too.
Yeah. Family schedules. I know. Depends on Tet's uncle that's in town and what we're doing with family.
Yep.
I know you have family. If not, we will resume in early December, but we will let you know the second we figure it out.
Yep.
Exactly. So, all right. Good night, chat room.
Night chat room. We love you guys.